everybody? Oh, wrong. Wrong overlay. So, what's up, guys? Happy Thursday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good, right? So, here we are again. Running a little bit late today. It's okay. Uh, had a few things to take care of. So, got my man hmm, Brian Shulman already on here. So, pretty awesome that you get so many wonderful people who get to join along on the show. So today I called the theme of the show must go on. Why? Um, well, I've actually been getting more and more involved in watching live streams. So, I love live streams. I love connecting with other folks on live streams and getting on, commenting, engaging on live streams. So this is one of the things that I love doing. So today I went over and I started counting how many I've actually watched today. So I put a snippet of quite a few of them. I didn't get all of them because I got to get in the habit of taking a screenshot. So one of the first ones that I started out with today, and I watched. So let me pull that up for you guys. There it is. So that is my man, Russ Johns. He is pretty awesome, right? So his guest telling he had today was Scott Mason. It was a really good conversation. I watched the Pirate broadcast pretty religiously, and you can catch Russ on just about every social media platform you can think of. So he is on Facebook. He's got a Facebook group. He's on Twitter. He's on LinkedIn. He's on YouTube. So thank you so much, Brian. So he's got quite a bit that he does, and of course you can go to russjohns.com, check out his show. Pretty awesome. Shout out to the Pirate broadcast there. And that kind of started out my day. I went on Facebook and I started watching some other folks. So this is a woman I've been following for a while. Her name is Jenny Lee Hodgins. She does one about an interesting topic called creative memorial planning. So she's talking about the other end of the spectrum of life. I see so many other people talking about life and happiness and the pursuit of happiness. Well, she kind of talks about the other end and preparing for it, right? And one of the things that we kind of hit on today was the fact that, in business, they always tell you to plan a good exit strategy, right? So why not have one of those in life? Have a good exit strategy planned out. I know it's a morbid topic to talk about, but it's really interesting conversation. So I was kind of watching her show and then hopping between another gentleman named Russ Salter. So Russ is a cool guy too, and the name of his group is called Marketing and Works, and of course, that's what he's talking about, right? Not just marketing. He's talking about a lot of other things as well. But it was a really good conversation. And, again, these are what I talk about when I see going to other people's live streams and connecting with a lot of these folks, right? You see a lot of these people out there out in, and again, I love it. Again, this is just me. I love watching live streams. And one of them, I didn't, for the love of me, I thought about doing this today. I didn't do it. I didn't take a screenshot of one of my favorite shows called Morning Bill. So that is, again, Jake L. Jordan and John Hill. They do a really good show. They talk about a lot of great things, really good information. So I'm going to do that tomorrow so I can kind of put that up there. And I'm kind of watching a lot of these other shows to see, because I'm seeing so many come out there, right? And I tell people there's so many lives out there. There's so many people doing so many good things. So there's another one that I was watching this on Facebook. It's part of a Facebook group, but they're on YouTube as well. They talk about live streaming. They do a lot of really good, wonderful things, right? So, and it is the live streaming pros. Loria Petrucci, she was doing today, but there's another host as well that does live streams on there as well named David Foster. Really good information if you want to learn about doing live streams. And hello, Sima. So awesome. Hello, Lori as well. Lori's. I need to start bringing some of these people on the show here next month and having interviews with these folks because they're really interesting as well. Lori, I would like to have on, and so would I like to have Sima, just to have a good conversation with. Another one, her name is The Toxin Free Lifestyle with Amy Carlson. So Amy kind of connected we recently, and she's been going live 7 days a week. So she's pretty committed to going live on her shows and what she talks about. She's got a book. She calls herself the Toxin Terminator. Really good content. You can tell she's very passionate about what she's doing and what she talks about, what she concentrates on. So thank you, Lori. You have a blessed night as well. But I tell everybody that there's so many people out there, and again, fellow pirate, yes, Lori. And of course, Mr. Brian again, and Sima. Hello, Sima. Just wanted to say hi to these folks because they're wonderful people. So that was another one. I saw this live stream today. I didn't get a chance to get the name, but they were talking about part of it was, of course, Think and Grow Rich, right? Imagination. They were going into it from Kansas, the land of Oz. What a wonderful place. That's Kansas, Kansas, Kansas. Also a great band, right? You ever heard of Kansas music? Awesome. Kansas is a group. So anyway, off track there. But I saw their live, and it was kind of cool. I got to get a habit of catching some of these groups or some of these people that are going live and get more information about them. So here was one that I was watching today later on. So this woman's name is Fanny Dunnigan, and she does a live show. She shares a lot of content, tips, stuff like that. So she had on a local person. Her name is Volta Voloshin Smith, and she is a artist. She does watercolor paintings, and she does something called watercolor meditation. Pretty interesting topic. There's a lot of good stuff in this interview. So I was, again, really drawn because, again, I follow a lot of these people, and again, I watch a lot of live. So it is something that I pay attention to when I see people. Oh, he's running for, yeah, yes, right. Well, that's cool. Love that. And so again, like I was saying, I was going from there, and then there was another one that I watched, and this was a personal group that I follow with Kenyatta, and it is, that's another great person, right? Bob Marley. And again, it is interesting that there's so many people out there connecting, and they're doing a lot of these live chats and interviews, and they're bringing on really interesting guests. And I find it so interesting. Why? Because again, the message that people are bringing across, what they share with folks. And again, I tell people, look, it's really cool to get on here and start talking, get on a live, share yourself, start growing your message. I'm all about that. And I'm all about people, really putting themselves out there. So that's an interesting fact. Saw Bob Marley in Kansas the year that he died. Was he there in concert, or was he just there in Kansas? So, thank you, Lori. I love that. You're the only one that I want to let you. Bottom of my heart, I appreciate that. I really do. But the only reason that I really got into watching other people's lives is because it's how you learn, right? You read books. So you take you take other writers, you open a book, you read it, you get into the story, you follow along, and you learn things from different people. So I try to watch and see how much that I can learn from everybody else. So when I see, even if they're new people, to me, it really doesn't matter. to me, this is my art form. So I try to learn. I share my palette with people. I share what I try to learn, and hopefully people watch and gather as much as they possibly can from that. But for me, I love to, again, take in information because for me, it's like free knowledge. I mean, if somebody wants to hand me the opportunity to learn something that I'm really interested in for free, I'm all about that. Please, where do I sign up? Um, and it's pretty imperative that when you find a passion for something, you really want to go after it and follow it. So for me, this is what my passion is. Not only live streaming, not only producing live stream for shows for other people, but also learning from other live streamers and connecting with that community because I think um, people want to really go out there and start sharing what they know, and that's cool. I love that. So if you're into, for example, fitness and health, right? Wellness, and health, and you want to do a show about nutritional eating or um, exercise regimens or whatever it is that you're passionate about on that side, to do a show and share that information with somebody, I think that's pretty important. Um, I think that's pretty cool that you get to that you actually go out there and you share that wealth of knowledge that you have. I'm all about that. Um, and again, when I meet more people who get on and start sharing what they're passionate about, what I love to watch that because to me that's interesting. Maybe it's just me, um, but I really do enjoy that, and I really do seeing that when there's people. Let me just tell Lori, thank you, Lori. I'm glad I'm the only person. I feel special. Um, but again, it is pretty cool that you see somebody else, hopefully in their element, talking about what they love, talking about what drives them, what gives them their purpose. That's always cool to find out. Or again, even if you're talking about something you're not good at, something you fail at, something that you suck at. To me, that's if you're on there and you're sharing it and it's important to you and you want to get that message to folks, I think that's where you find so much value in what people share. I think everybody has a certain amount of value, expertise, wisdom, knowledge that they can bring to other folks. I know when I started doing this, I didn't know that I had this wealth of knowledge. I kind of gained it as I started doing more and more and more of my shows. And how did I do that? I started learning from more and more other people. Um, and again, I give this man a lot of the credit in the world because again, I call him the king. There he is, Russ Johns. Um, 200, he's already 200, almost 260 episodes in. How insane is that? 260 something episodes. That's not an easy feat, man. Um, I put my fair share of these things together, and it is not easy at all. So yeah, it's pretty crazy that somebody can string together that many shows consecutively, right? And share their community and build the community up and share what they love doing with other people. I think that's you can't you can't put a value on that. You cannot put a value on that at all. Because again, um, you're talking about somebody putting themselves out there in the public um, when they hop on a live stream. So even if I think your show sucks, um, I wouldn't dare pass judgment on it. I wouldn't be like, man, I'm whatever. Um, I would still talk to that person or reach out to that person and say, hey, maybe you could try this. or you could do this, or just coming along, get to know them. Maybe you can help that person. But I mean, again, I'm not, as a live streamer myself, I don't look down on other people. I don't look down on people who don't have the skills yet. You learn it. So if they keep practicing and going more and getting more in depth, they learn how to get comfortable with the camera. They learn how to interact with an audience. They learn how to do the technical part of what you're doing. And it really does take a lot. And the better you get, the more advanced you hop into wanting to learn this. Now, some people, it's all about just the content. So they want to concentrate on just that. Cool. That's if you really want to concentrate on message, that's where you're starting to see more and more people who do what I want to get into, remote producing, right? So remote producing is essentially putting this show together, lining up, scheduling, and guests, and any kind of graphics or anything that has to do with putting a show together. So you essentially create everything that you would do for if you were doing a show yourself, like I do, and you're actually just doing it for somebody else, and you're sharing their content, and you're broadcasting it across their social media channels, or whatever it is, however you put it out there. So that is a growing market where there are people who are putting that together, who are actually doing the live producing. So and one of them, let me see if I can pull him up on LinkedIn real quick and share his profile, because he does this for my buddy Brian Schulman, right? He was just doing, and he's got his own show as well. So, and he's pretty well known as far as in the live streaming community. And then, so here he is. Let me copy. I'll put this into, excuse me. Thank you, Lori. Quickly, let me just put this into, and again, with other people that were live tonight that I would have loved to have watched their shows, like last night, right? Don Terrell, who I'm going to have a conversation with, he was doing his Talking Creative with Ozil de Bastos, and I couldn't watch it because I was trying to put this show together. Diana Nguyen was doing her show. She was doing a live as well. So let me see, did it show up on here? Da, 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 da. There it goes. So it is on here. And that's just Tim's, someone's LinkedIn. So if you connect with him, he does a show with the Tim and Jim show, Tim Furin, and it's a really great show. And he does stuff with Brian. He's done other things. I've seen him on other people's lives. And again, he's into the remote producing thing, so you start seeing that more often and more common. And it is pretty incredible that so many people, again, have the opportunity to go out there and put out their content. So that's another one I need to talk to again. So Beta Swearing, gosh, why do I always, oh golly, here it goes. Reid, R-E-I-D. So again, it is, and it's all about what we do here, what we're connecting with, and how we put this all together for everybody. So that is the direction that I'm heading in to do more and more of that work, is getting into remote producing things. So what I'm trying to do is find people who want to build a voice, want to share a message, but don't want to have to do all the hard work. Not the hard work, excuse me. Maybe that's the wrong term. They don't want to do the technical work because it can get overwhelming. I know, I've done it. I did it for 135 shows before this. It can get overwhelming to have to put a whole show together and get everything created and than going out and putting it on social media to get people to follow along. Now, if that's one thing I haven't done with the second season is I haven't done all the pub work that I was doing in the first shows. I'll get to that point. And again, it's not the fact that I'm chasing numbers. I'm not. I don't chase numbers. So if there's people that go after vanity. There's people that go after the vanity numbers who, oh, I need this many followers. I need this. I'm looking for, I don't do that. I've never done that. People just showed up because I was just talking about what I love and what I do with people and the message that I bring across to other folks. That's it. People show up for that because I'm just being me. Now, if you don't want to show up, I'm going to do the show regardless. And I don't want you to feel like I don't need you. I love and appreciate everybody who comes on here, who engages with the show, comments, likes, shares it, does whatever they do with it. I owe them a debt of gratitude more than I can ever repay them. So for those who do come in and are part of this community and part of what I do and what I love, I owe them so much. But again, I'm not going to chase that. That's not, wasn't the goal, never was the goal, still isn't the goal. The goal wasn't to get the most followers that I possibly could. It was because I wanted to really do this and really to talk to people and connect with folks and learn from other people. That was what I wanted to do. I did that. Starting down that path again, because I'm realizing there's more and more people that I still have yet to connect with, to still learn from, and there's still so many things that I still want to do. So this is why I continue to do it. Yes, Lori says, I love that comment, right? She says, age without plastic surgery. So essentially, age gracefully, right? You can't turn back the hands of time. Sorry, it's nothing that hasn't been done yet. And I don't think I would want to. But going forward, I'll do what I can, right? That's part of what I love doing, and it's why I continue to do this. And before I was over strict, and Howard, thank you, Howard Kaufman. Howard's another great guy, right? So he's another guy, again, very passionate, very very driven. And if you haven't connected with Howard, please do send him an invitation to connect. Send him, or send him Russ sent you, either one of us. So he was on Russ's show, and I need to get Howard on here because I want to have a conversation. We've had a conversation we did on the Zoom meeting. It was brief, but I would love to get more in depth because he's a real good guy. And again, I just love bringing interesting people on here to share their passion as well, just like I'm sharing mine. I think that's cool. And again, yeah, I don't need it. I've told people that before. I don't need it. I can remember back my first few shows that I've done. People weren't watching. I still continue to do it because this is what I wanted to do. It was part of what my drive was, and I continue to do it. So I won't stop connecting with people and bringing them out here and sharing the platform with them, because I think people. How is that? That's awesome. Laughter, love, and happiness. Isn't it funny that those three wonderful things can make life so sweet? Is to find laughter, to find love, to find happiness. And they don't all have to be going on about the same time for life to be sweet. You could be laughing one day. It could be all about love. And love is so many other things, right? I love talking about love too. Love is unconditional love. Love is heartache. But love is so many wonderful things. In any capacity. And happiness, right? So I said sometimes we get the idea of happiness so wrong. We get the thing about happiness wrong all the time. I'd rather watch a 5-year-old, like I said, I always use this thing, seeing a 5-year-old color and having the biggest smile on their face. To them, happiness is the color blue with a crayon or a rock or a toy, right? We have to equate happiness to this whole other thing, and it's not even about that. The mentality that kids have and what they find it makes them happy. I think if we broke it down to the simplest levels as adults, a lot of us would be a lot more happier. Thank you so much. I love you to say that, Lori. Again, yeah, it's all about doing that, right? It's all about sharing that good energy, right? And we do have negative energy as well. We admit our own negative energy. We don't have to go look for it. It already happens. It's part of the natural order of what we do already. We're already negative most of the times. You don't have to have somebody put you down. You can put yourself down. You don't have to have somebody telling you you suck. You'll tell your own self you suck. We put those walls up in front of us all the time. But it's the positive part. It's that. That's why I said you got to work on being positive. And when you put into work and you start finding happiness and you start finding what's magical in your life and what connects to you, it's the most wonderful thing. Dr. Bruce Lipton said it the best. I think he says, equate living heaven on earth is almost like being in love. When you're in love, your inside consciousness. The food tastes better, the air smells sweeter, that whatever it is, whatever's in front of you, you see it. It's there. You connect with it. When you're in love, so many things change, right? And that's where you find we can literally have our own heaven on earth, our own happiness, our own truth. But again, we got to go find it, right? This is what we do. Yes, and I love that, right? Share an act of kindness daily. Right? Simpler times. We overcomplicate things so much, and sometimes it's to the point that it gets asinine to watch the struggles. And you know what? When you break down, I've always heard this acronym, and it's always made so much sense. And yes, it is kind of crude a little bit when you say the KISS method, right? KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple. I remember being told that all the time as a youngster. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate the matter. Somehow we do. We make things worse for ourselves. We always do that. But again, right? This is what we do as humans, because again, we can go instantaneously into our minds and spit out negativity very quickly. So yeah, you got to work on it a little bit, but it's worth it. Yeah, that's what I said, man. To me, this is why I love bringing people on and sharing what they're passionate about and what they do, because I think that's what comes across. Is what the love and the happiness and whatever drives them, that puts a smile on their face and what makes them wake up in the morning. That vibe comes across, whether I'm sitting here talking face to face with somebody or whether we're talking on camera. It doesn't matter. that really comes across. People see that. People know that. People can feel that. I'm sorry, but even on camera, you can't hide certain emotions. You can't hide things. So when people are doing it, again, this is why the people that I bring on, whenever I feel somebody getting off on a really great ride of positive energy, man, I love to get back behind. I'm like on a surfboard. I want to ride that wave of positive energy too. Shit, take me wherever you're headed, because that's where it's going to be fun. That's where we're going to find laughter. That's where I want to find love and everything else that goes along with it. So, yeah. And if that's not so true, that's hitting the nail on the head, right? Sleep with angels and always give without expectation. Man, it doesn't get any simpler than that, guys. It does not get any simpler than that. So, thank you, everybody that's been part of the show. All the love in the world for you guys. Thank you, Howard Kaufman. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Brian Schulman. As always, he is a gentleman's gentleman. If you're not connected with Brian or Howard or Lori, please send out a connection with them. Interesting people that come on here and people that connect. So, again, I'll be back tomorrow evening, guys. Hopefully a little bit more consistent on the time. I'm trying to get nailed down. I don't know if 7:30 or 8 o'clock would be better. I'm trying to test as far as when I should go live. And once I nail that down, I'm going to be doing it. Of course, for me, I'll get really consistent with it and stay with that level once I know that's what I'm going to be doing. But again, that's part of this whole process. It's all about the reevaluation and testing a lot of other things. So thank you guys so much for following along. You guys, again, are the lifeblood of what I do here. You guys make it awesome. So, yes, sweet dreams, Lori, as well. I will be back here tomorrow, Friday evening, 7:30. It's time I'm aiming for. And, again, go find happiness. Go find love. Go find laughter, guys. I love that. It's pretty simple, so. Stay safe, stay blessed. I'll talk to you again tomorrow evening, guys. So, good night, everybody.